Dear students, welcome to Chandbagh School Biology Department and I am Sumaira Anwar. Today we are going to start lesson 10 for the grade 11 students. So this lesson is different from my previous lesson, that is lesson 1 to 9, in which we have covered all the topics individually and discussed them in detail. In this lesson, we will only discuss the key points related to the chapter, that is microorganisms and biotechnology. So this is basically a summary of this chapter. So in this chapter you have learned that microorganisms include fungi, bacteria and viruses. Microorganisms are very important. They play important role in decomposition and recycling of materials. Some can cause diseases, some used in biotechnology. So what are fungi? We have already discussed in detail in our previous lessons. So here are the key points related to fungi. Cells of fungi lack chlorophyll. If they lack chlorophyll, it means they are not autotrophs. They cannot perform photosynthesis. The cell walls of fungi is made up of chitin rather than cellulose. Cellulose cell wall is present in case of plant cells. They feed by saprotrophic. Saprotrophic means dead feeding. Their mode of nutrition is saprotrophic. They store carbohydrate as glycogen. They reproduce by forming spores. Yeast is a unicellular fungi. Unicellular means composed of only single oval-shaped cell, while multicellular fungi have a mycelium of filaments called hyphae. Hyphae are thread-like structures that act as filaments, and when several hyphae group together, they form the body of the fungi, and the body of the fungi is known as mycelium. So they act as mycelium that is composed of thread-like filaments called as hyphae. Now moving towards the bacteria. Bacteria are small unicellular microorganisms with a cell structure that is much simpler than a plant or animal cell. They have no nucleus and few organelles are present. They contain no nucleus, means their genetic material is not surrounded by a nuclear membrane. The DNA is freely dispersed in the cytoplasm. They multiply by binary fission. They exist as cocci, bacilli, and spirilla. Cocci are the circular shaped, bacilli are the rod shaped, while spirilla are spiral shaped or helical shaped bacteria. Few are photosynthetic. Some of them can perform photosynthesis and can prepare their own food, while majority of the bacteria, they act as parasites. Parasites, they live on the body of other living organisms. They feed on the body of other living organisms. And some of them, mostly, they act as saprotrophs. Saprotrophs means they act as decomposers. They feed on the bodies of dead organisms. Now let's discuss something about viruses. Viruses are smaller than bacteria. Viruses are not composed of cells. So you can also say that viruses are acellular. A means absent. Cells are absent. They are not cellular structures. They consist of genetic material either in the form of DNA or RNA, and this genetic material is surrounded by a protein coat that is known as capsid. Viruses cause diseases in their host. So they mostly cause diseases because they depend for their reproduction on the host. Once they reproduce inside the body of the host cells, the host can be an animal, plant, or other organisms, for example, big microorganisms, bacteria. So viruses need a host cell in order to survive. They go inside the body of the host cell, multiply there, divide, multiply, and they cause diseases in the body of the host cell. Decomposers. What are decomposers? When fungi and bacteria, both of them, they act as decomposers. Decomposers breaking down of the waste products of organisms and their dead remains into simpler substances. So they act as recyclers. They can also be said as decomposers, and the process is known as decomposition. Here is a topic that is baking and brewing. I have already discussed in detail in my previous lessons. So here is an overview of baking and brewing. What happens that yeast respires anaerobically. Anaerobically means in the absence of oxygen. When the oxygen is absent, then yeast respire. So what happens that the glucose molecule is converted or broken down into carbon dioxide, ethanol, that is alcohol, is produced, plus ATP, adenosine triphosphate, that is energy, is also released. So this process is used. So this anaerobic respiration by yeast resulted in these products, and they are used in making bread and alcoholic drinks. Cheese and yogurt production. So lactic acid bacteria, for example lactobacillus, is used in the manufacture of cheese and yogurt from the milk. What happens that lactobacillus converts lactose, that is the milk sugar, into lactic acid. As a result of this, the pH of the milk decreases or fall. So in this way, this decrease in the pH helps in the formation of cheese and yogurt production, and there are several other steps involved during this process which I already discussed in my previous lesson related to cheese and yogurt production. So next topic we have discussed is industrial fermenters. Industrial fermenters are vessels used for growing microorganisms on large scale. Large scale production of microorganisms require fermenters. So in fermenters, conditions are quite controlled and monitored, and each fermentation depends on the type of organism, and the conditions are optimized accordingly. The conditions that should be carefully monitored include temperature inside the fermenter, pH, concentration of oxygen, concentration of nutrients, and amount of waste products that is produced during a fermentation process. So these conditions should be optimized carefully during a fermentation process. So penicillin production. Fermenters used to grow mold penicillium to produce antibiotic penicillin. So penicillin is produced by using fermentation process. So what type of fermentation is carried out with penicillin? With penicillin we use batch fermentation. What is batch fermentation? I have already discussed. Single cell proteins. Microorganisms can be grown in fermenters to produce protein-rich foods called as single cell proteins, SCPS. The most successful single cell protein that is used as a food for human is mycoprotein, that is obtained from fungus, which is used to make meat substitutes. It is sold under the brand name Corin. So Corin is the brand name that is used for the production of single cell protein. So this is the overview or the summary of the chapter, that is microorganisms and biotechnology. If you have any problem related to the chapter, feel free to ask. Thanks for watching.